Hello everyone, my name is forksnapper, and welcome back to Black Rose. Alright, so I got a key, and I trapped the girl in the coffin, and I found this room, and I think the key would open up for this, so I'm gonna see if I can come in here. That looks like yes-ish, but I need another key. I don't like that sound. I don't like that sound. About to panic? Panicking? I don't know where to go right now. And I'm very nervous just hearing that sound. Something's happening, and I don't like it. Whoa! Good God! I don't want to know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. Oh boy. I don't like that right now. Oh, sound, please go away. Please go away. I don't know what you're supposed to be, but it's not a pretty sound. Nope. Nope. Please stay away. Is this thing gonna keep following me? I don't like it. I don't like it. Whatever you are. Am I gonna see it? Okay, nothing here. Aha! There's something. And it's probably gonna be a surprise attack? No? Good. Whew! Okay. Mrs. Raines, please tell your son to stop playing under the tables during funeral services. It's disruptive and upsetting to the grieving families. Today he also stole one of the keys to the visitation room and was later attempting to open one of the drawers in the morgue. This type of behavior is unacceptable and will not be tolerated. If you do not start controlling him, I will take it upon myself to personally teach him a lesson. Michael. Okay. Keys to the visitation room. One of the drawers in the morgue. So is that downstairs back in the basement? Because I don't remember there being drawers. Oh boy. Oh, good God. Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's just a bunch of chairs. And the door suddenly opening. That there's nothing wrong. Okay. Well, there is a little table with a little something something. No key. It's not even giving me the indication to open this stuff. It was a setup. Ooh, there's a note. Okay.
To make things even weirder, this place has a serious lockdown system. Yesterday was the first time I've ever seen it used, and many of the workers, including myself, were ordered to wait in the family room until the situation was taken care of. No one I've spoken to about it knows why it was done, or at least they won't say. All I know is that these safety glass windows and electronic gates appear to be designed for keeping things in rather than out.
Yeah, I figured
that out. I was the first responder that day. I was the first and only person to make it to Myrtle's side before she passed away. She managed to give Sullivan a parting "I love you" on that baby monitor, but that was the last communication they ever had. The last thing she ever did was give me that piece of paper. It was a short poem she had written for Sullivan earlier that day. She asked me to give it to him, and I promised her I would. Then she slipped away. I guess Sullivan had picked up by Myrtle's weak rasping in the baby monitor that something was happening to her, because soon after she'd passed, he came running into the hall from the upstairs arrangement room. But he was too late. She was gone. That's when he broke down. I'd never seen him show so much emotion towards Myrtle before. Then, of course, the rest happened. I'll keep my promise, even now. It's all I can do for my dear friends.
Okay. And something's happening. What? I have a feeling something else changed. Seeing that there was a loading screen. Can I open this now? That looks like a no. Annoying that something else might happen right now. That's unsettling. But I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. Even though I got, like, no key. I really can't open this, can I? I wanna double check. And that looks like a no. Okay. I'm good. I think I'm gonna see something else I don't wanna see. But it's gotta be done. There's another note. Or did I see this already?
There are a lot of strange things I've seen around this place. For instance, the fireplace that isn't even a real fireplace. It's some kind of ladder shaft, but there's a tough metal grate fastened over it that appears to be controlled electronically, most likely by the lockdown system. I'm assuming the shaft leads down to the basement, but it must have been sealed off because it's not accessible from anywhere down there. Another thing I've started wondering about is a metal handle that's been sitting on Michael's desk for about a month now. I asked about it once out of curiosity, but he avoided giving me a direct answer. He told me it broke off of something. I had already assumed this, seeing as it's covered in dirt and rusted around the edges where it had clearly been attached to something for a very long time. Perhaps the biggest mystery I've encountered here is the place Myrtle always went for privacy. She was often depressed, so she was always going into the downstairs hall on her way to wherever it was she went to be alone. However, she seemed to vanish. The only place she could have gone from that hallway is down into the basement, but I went down there one day to ask her something and I couldn't find her. I'm wondering if there's a secret room somewhere down there. After all, I did learn from Michael that this building is from the 1600s, long before it was ever a funeral home. Buildings as old as this one sometimes have quite a few secret areas.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be a secret something. And if it wasn't gonna be by those stairs, it was gonna be in that basement. But even in some areas here, they seem like there would be like a hidden room. Oh, why you gotta do that?
They still haven't buried them. Sullivan has been lying in his coffin now for 2 days, and Myrtle for 3. Because Conrad refused to touch Myrtle's coffin after her funeral, it had to be put aside so Sullivan could have his. Conrad still simply doesn't want to have anything to do with the burial of either of them, even if all he's doing is preparing a future grave without actually touching the coffins. I'm starting to wonder if he had some type of unpleasant encounter with Myrtle and Sullivan's coffins, or he heard some absurd rumor about their corpses. What's sad is that Myrtle and Sullivan don't have relatives who care enough about their burials to actually do something about this. Michael was embarrassed to have to tell all the relatives and friends that the actual burials couldn't be held yet. Even so, none of them objected. Maybe they just didn't see a point in doing so, considering the person they would be doing it for is already gone. I don't know. As far as feeling nervous around coffins, I do get a strange vibe now in the visitation room. The atmosphere in there is starting to feel different. The air feels heavier, a little bit oppressive even. It seems to be more noticeable today than it was yesterday. I'm not quite sure if I believe in ghosts or not, but it seems to fit what I've heard before about locations having uncomfortable, negative energy due to evil or extremely upset spirits. Maybe it's just normal stuffy air. There aren't any windows in there, and it is the middle of summer.
Alright. So it seems like the story is starting to unfold-ish. And, I'm afraid to step out. But time to do it and see if there's any other notes to be read. And hopefully nothing crazy will happen. Okay. We're good. Everything's fine. Okay. So, not sure where to go next or what to do. This is that empty room. Hello? Okay, nothing here. There's a family room. I wonder if it'll open now. Nope. There's a note down there. Okay, let's find out what it says. And see if we can find out where to go from here.
It turns out that Devon got into the morgue by stealing Sullivan's key card from the office. Mrs. Raines had been in there and forgot to lock it when she left. Nobody knows exactly how the kid figured out the passcode, but considering what a flake his mother is, that's probably just something else she inadvertently compromised. They're burying Sullivan with a few of his belongings from the funeral home. I guess because he had worked here for so long and was so loyal to his job. Michael revealed that one of those belongings is Sullivan's key card. Of course, they would need to deactivate it from the system to avoid any breaches and the chance that it was stolen. But then again, Mrs. Raines would be the one who would do that. I discovered earlier today that Devon had stolen the system lock override key as well and hidden it somewhere in the building. This has got to be the most troublesome, ill-behaved kid I have ever encountered.
Yep. What a rude kid. Okay. Hopefully there's nothing else creepy to deal with in here. Yeah. But I still gotta figure out where everything is at, where to go, what to do, and what to say. Okay, there's that other note still there. Nothing new here. That is new, I think. Grief-stricken man killed by train after blinding himself? Huh. 57-year-old Sullivan James, one of the two funeral directors at the Chanmeyer Hills Funeral Home, was killed Monday after he tripped and fell onto the tracks of an oncoming train. According to his co-workers at the funeral home, James had slipped into a state of grief-stricken hysteria just minutes earlier, after experiencing an emotional breakdown over the death of a childhood friend and co-worker, Myrtle Varnworth, who had been suffering from a severe brain tumor, which doctors have deemed inoperable. Miss Varnworth passed away 9 days after the end of her predicted death date. James, devastated, apparently gouged out his own eyes using a scalpel from the funeral home's preparation room, and managed to scramble out a nearby window. What? Miles Treadman, an embalmer at Chanmeyer Hills Funeral Home and a short-time co-worker of Mr. James, had begun to chase after the frenzied man through the field behind the building, but was not able to catch him before he reached a nearby segment of railroad tracks and tripped, falling down on top of them. Treadman and a few other eyewitnesses report that James made no attempt to get up as the train quickly rolled in. Grief-stricken Sullivan James was killed on impact. The fast-moving train hitting him with such force so that he was severed into 3 pieces. It had been speculated by those who knew the man that his fatal episode was driven by guilt for not treating his longtime friend how he believed he should have. This double tragedy at the Chanmeyer Hills Funeral Home had sparked a great deal of public interest in the site, and has become an attraction for loitering and vandalism among young people. In the 3 days that have passed since the incident, 3 arrests have already been made. They never buried either of them. Both are still here. There's something written on the back. They say that if you can take his rose, he wakes up. That's the only way his coffin will open. I heard that he also tears you into 3 pieces if he catches you. Well, that's not a nice thing to say. Something's under the table. A note? And a kid. They won't find it ever. There's a key here. It's labeled V room 2. Okay. I think before I continue, I'm gonna stop for now. And be ready for the next part. That might probably scare the crap out of me. Seeing that I'm gonna deal with another entity that's probably gonna try to kill the crap out of me. But yeah, I'm out for now, so thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. And that's closed again. Why is it closed? It's a trap, isn't it? Is she in there? I should probably do what the note said. I need to lock this thing. Lock it. A silver key fell from inside the coffin. It's labeled V Room 1. Huh. I'm pretty sure... Whoa. Okay. You stay in there. And I'm just gonna go. And, uh-oh. This don't sound good. Damn, it's jammed. Can't I, I'm gonna break it open. Break it open, please. Okay, uh-oh. This is not good. Here's a note. Ooh. Okay, a long message to read and forget about the fears of everything for now. I'm not asking you to speak to me, but I made something for you today. At first I thought about going out and picking you the prettiest flowers I could find, but decided not to. Flowers are beautiful, but eventually they all die. Instead I made you an origami rose. Paper will never wither, just like my love for you. This rose is black because the love we once shared is gone. It was lost in the darkness, and there's no ignoring that. However, even if this love is no longer mutual, there's still one side that will never die. This rose is our symbol. Okay, is that it? I'm scared. Something's not right, I think.
Full system lockdown enabled.
What? Okay, that doesn't sound right. I'm being tested or something.